1.37 is officially released. And what better way to start off than by checking out the ASMR-ish rain sounds that we're hearing right now. That pitter patter is amazing. Let's go and check it out, guys. Hey guys, Clumsy here. So yes, officially released finally. I was actually surprised, but I know we've all been wondering the same thing. Why did they release 1.37? Is it ready? So now, what we'll be doing in this video is we'll be checking out each and every truck sound in vanilla. No mods at all, so everything you hear is something that's coming from the base game itself. Starting off with the international Lonestar. But maybe, as much as I enjoy these rain sounds, maybe we get rid of it in the meantime, because it's not going to be conducive for the sound check. So let's start things off with the Lonestar. Oh, that was what I was afraid of, but it actually is pretty good. Back in the early stages of beta, they had a problem with the cutting off sounds, that when you stepped on the gas like this, after you let go, it suddenly the sound would suddenly be zero, like it wouldn't be ramping down gradually, it would just get cut off. It looks like they fixed that since. Let's go for a bit of a test drive. I still hear a little bit of the cutting off of the gear shifting. You have that nice echo sound effect now though. Now the sound itself of the truck is not bad. I mean, I guess compared with the sound mods that we've gotten so far from Krishbom, from Rabbinicus, from Zmod, it's not as good, but I mean, this is actually not bad. Let's go and drive onto the highway, get a feel for how this purrs when we start getting on the highway. Yeah, that air shifting, that air gear shifting sound still gets cut off. That's been there since the early beta, and unfortunately they haven't fixed that since. But what I like, you might have heard it a bit, they added those nice wind sounds. As we go faster, that goes louder. Hear it? That one. Very nice. Right, so we'll do this for each and every truck. We'll get on the highway, and then we'll hear how it behaves from low to high speed, so we can get a feel of how the default sounds are now like, because admittedly I have a very pessimistic impression. To me it feels like they released 1.37 too early, but I'm honestly starting to rethink that impression with what I'm hearing right now. Is loud, and again we have our windows fully open. If we close them, then it is properly muffled. And for those who are wondering what my audio settings are, like the sliders, everything is just in the middle. You have the echoing sounds when you go under the bridge like that. And it sounds just amazing. I mean, probably not the best, can be improved a little bit more. It's not bad, right? For a guy like me who is practically uninitiated with how a truck really sounds like, this sounds like a proper engine to me. What the heck is that truck doing? Zigzagging truck. Looks like that problem is still there. And I do love that they brought back the international Lonestar blinkers. That is one of my favorite blinker sounds. Alright, I think that's a good enough test for this truck. Let's go and stop here. And I will meet you back. Oh, the Jake brake actually. Oh, that's pretty weak. Or like an exhaust or something. Alright, I'll meet you guys. What should we try next? Maybe the W900. Probably you guys are waiting for that. Alright. Ooh, and the traffic sounds. Not bad, right? Here as this truck passes us by. Not bad indeed. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the W900. And here we are on the W900. Let's go and hear it from inside, because usually this is where the loudest sounds are now. If you are staying on the exterior, if you're not familiar, not been keeping up to date with 1.37 updates, the sound actually lessens as you go farther like this. We'll test it out later. I'll show you. So what we'll do is we'll go inside the cab, we'll open the windows, and yes, that's a thing now in 1.37. Is that normal that you see the window going through there? And I guess it does make sense. Not bad, not booming, but sounds pretty good. Not the best, but maybe it's serviceable. So you hear the engine is very weak now from outside. It's much louder from inside like this. Because probably we're closer to the engine that way. And if you zoom out, the sound gets even weaker. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that actually. Like, I got used to having full sounds when I'm in the exterior, no matter how much I zoom in or out. So I'm not sure what I feel about this 3D sound that it's lessening as you zoom out like this. Let me know in the comments what you feel about it. Anyway, let's go and check it out. Well, I guess it's not bad, huh? I think it's definitely better than the 1.36 ones. It seems like they've fixed a lot of the problems during the beta. I think one of the major problems that are left is with the cutting off of the air gear shifting sounds, but even that doesn't happen often. It happens from time to time, like very randomly, so I don't really get it, but so far, yeah, there you go, a little bit of cutting off. I heard from you guys that it shouldn't even be there, like this air gear shifting sound is something for European trucks, but US trucks with Eaton Fuller, for example, don't even need that. Oh, perfect timing. Looks like they also made it louder, this bell, this alarm on level crossings. Let's hear if they made the train sounds louder as well. Let's turn off the engine. Oh, here, there's a train. They made it marginally louder, but I think still too weak, right? I mean, even without looking, even if we just look straight like this, we should hear the train coming from the left or right audibly because we have windows fully opened. So I think it's still a bit too weak. But thankfully, if we all have access to mods that can be refined by the sound fixes mod for drive safety. Let's get on the highway here and we will speed up, test it with windows up and see how it looks. You can start hearing the wind sounds now. Not sure I'm a fan of that whistling sound. It sounds too overt. Alright. Windows are fully closed now to hear the difference. Let's go windows down just a bit. So, just the right amount of balance. So I think it's not bad. So I'm starting to change my opinion now. I think it is good enough for a public release. They did say that they're going to continue refining the sounds. It's not perfect yet. It still has room for improvement, but the way these are, not too shabby. What truck should we try next? Let's try the Jake brake first. That's not bad at all. I have no idea if that's realistic, but that is loud at the very least and I like it. So as always, if you notice imperfections, if they should be louder, weaker, should sound completely different, let me know in the comments and let's crowdsource this. Right? So let's go and stop here and go to the different truck. So Lonestar done, W900 done. What next? We'll see shortly. Well, why not? Let's check out the Volvo VNL. Go inside. Put the windows down. You can start hearing the ambient sounds already as soon as you open the windows, roll down the windows, that is. Ooh, very crisp. Not such a fan of that ramping down sound and that extreme that one as we hit 1500. Not sure I'm a fan of that, but let's see, maybe it sounds better on the road. Yikes, that was ugly. We got the cutoff sound from the shifting. We got a weird ramping down sound, but I do love this blinker. Wow, that's nice. I don't remember hearing that before. Is that new? I like the sounds in the low revs, like 1000 RPMs, but once we come close to 1500, it doesn't sound very nice anymore. Anyway, let's give it a chance. I think it's the truck exhaust volume that's destroying it for me. Actually, there might be something here. If you look at the diagnostics, this is actually what is it? 15 speed? It might not be an 18 speed. So what I'll do is I'll go to real automatic instead, so we don't have to worry about the shifting, and we will hear it at its best. And it won't, my shifting skills or lack thereof won't be a factor. The engine brake is very silent, almost non-existent. Okay. Test of patience, everybody. But until then, we can start hearing the traffic sounds at least. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. You know what? I'll just try an experiment just for this truck. I think it's the truck exhaust that's killing it. So let me remove that. Let's hear how it sounds now. Not really. It sounds even uglier, I think. Okay, so I think the Volvo VNL could do a bit of remixing. I think the quality of the sound files is very crisp, but I think the mixing is done very poorly. There's the jake brake. Very bubbly. But yeah, that one, ew. Yikes. So the Lonestar I like, the W900 I like. This one not really, but maybe we can get on a highway and give it a better chance. But in low speed, high revs, very bad. In my opinion at least. If you feel differently, let me know. And now because 1.37 is official, it has been publicly released, so we can criticize now as much as we want, and SCS will have to take it. There is no more excuse that it's a beta, it's a work in progress. Although, to be fair, it is always a work in progress. They did say they will keep on improving it. But yeah, that doesn't stop us from criticizing and telling them what we need, what we want to have improved. So let me know what you think, and let's bring that across to SCS. Actually, it doesn't sound bad here, but that's because we're just cruising. It's downhill, so we don't hear the engine purring at all. Yeah, not such a huge fan of this sounds. Open the windows just a little. Ooh, nice bridge. Might be able to take a photo there later for the thumbnail. We'll see. Oh no. Yeah, that difference of the revs when you're shifting up and down is very unnatural. Let's go and park here and move on to the next truck. So I think I'll be staying away from the VNL in the meantime. Well, unless we have mods, which we almost always have. But the blinkers, that's my favorite thing in this truck right now in terms of sounds. Ooh, very crisp parking brake sounds as well. Right, on to the next one. Next truck, the Peterbilt 579. Why not? This was my first truck in the ATS series. So when I first started playing ATS. So this is pretty nostalgic for me. Not bad. I think for me the main thing is the difference in sounds for each of the rev ranges. Okay, let's hear it as it's moving. Actually doesn't sound so bad. It's much better than the Volvo VNL, that's for sure. Now, as we've noticed through the beta, we have very differing opinions on what sounds real and what doesn't. Even real life truckers have different opinions on the matter. Some like it, some don't. Which is short to say, sounds are very subjective, so you might very well feel differently from what I'm saying, and that's fine. So feel free to let me know in case you feel differently or if you feel the same. And let's have that discussion over at the comment section. Okay, this guy will stop right in front of me. Close the windows. Sorry, I was focusing on the sounds. Okay, I'm back. I like the muffling actually. The muffled sounds when the windows are fully closed. This one actually feels quite like you're inside the cab. And by the way, I turned off the cab reverb, but the reverb for the environment is still on. So it should be less echoey inside the cab like this. And I think I like that better. Let's hear how the Jake brake sounds like. Not too shabby. Nothing roaring, but I think it's fitting for a modern truck. Let's open the windows a little. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Just Jake braking it all the way. Can I move first? Thank you. So not too shabby. Can improve a bit on the shifting up and down the rev sounds there. But overall, not bad. And if this is too loud for you, you can always put up your windows fully. And if that's still too loud, you can always tweak the truck sounds volume in the audio settings now with 1.37. That is something I definitely like. So I think overall it's a huge win. This migration to F-mod sounds. It's a good move, and it requires a lot of work, but I think most of the work is done, and it's a matter of fine-tuning. Like SCS got 90% correct. The 10% is going to be very long and arduous process, but we'll keep at it. And in the meantime, we'll keep providing them comments. This is not bad at all. Alright, I think I am happy with this truck. So the Lonestar I like, the W900 I like, the Peterbilt 579 I like, the Volvo VNL I don't. It's only the Volvo VNL that I don't like so far. And granted, still for me, the sound mods from our distinguished modding community is better, but then again, they usually are. But still, not bad for vanilla sounds. And I like those Doppler effects. That one. That's even with windows closed. Alright, catch you in the next truck. It's time for the Peterbilt 389. Let's do this. Same routine. Windows fully open. Let's hear it. Hey, doesn't sound bad at all. I wonder if the different engine options would also change the sounds. They should, right? Maybe it's better if I go and pick the engine, but I'm actually just doing quick jobs here, so then I don't have that luxury. But at the very least, I can show you the diagnostics. But I think it would be very consistent. Whatever sounds they have for one truck, even if it changes, it should be more or less the same level. That's my assumption. Yeah, in here we only see engine power 500 horsepower, but no other details there. So you let me know what engine this is. And if you have a suggestion for how to better gauge these sounds, let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll do a follow-up video on this. But this should be a good enough overview, I think. I actually like this. So I'm trying to listen to the engine. It's a lot more balanced, I think. Let me have a check again. What transmission is this using? Ethan Fuller, 18 speed. But I don't hear as much of the air gear shifting sounds, which is a good thing for me. Still get some cutoffs with the air brakes and everything from time to time. Not that bad though. I think it's a general SCS issue. It's our cue. Yeah, I think the sounds have gotten leaps and bounds better compared to when beta first released. We can go back to that video when I first featured the beta for 1.37 and compare it with this. I'm sure I have a vanilla video of it somewhere. PlayStation bypass, thank you. guess one of the major concerns from people, especially those who are sensitive with sounds, I'm not one of those, but I've been reading through the forums and they have, the major complaint they have is when you look to the left like this, all the sounds are transferred to your right ear, which is very strange because interesting jig brake sound, very low and subwoofery. So that effect that when you look left all the sound transfers to your right ear, they don't like it because, I mean, from the left side, if you have your windows open especially, there should still be sounds coming out from there, right? Like the sound should not be on the center right there. It should not be originating from there alone. But for me, it's not such a big deal. I don't notice it as much, at least not unless they specified it. I didn't notice it that much until I read it in the forum, so I guess it's not that big a deal for me. But for those who are more sensitive, that can be a real immersion breaker. For me, I hardly notice it. I'm more particular about the revs, how the different sounds are like for each rev range. Let's open it a little here, and I love the graphics here. We are currently in Washington, on the way to Yakima. River on the left, and those cliffs, very high quality. I don't think they changed much in terms of the map or that view, right? Yeah, I don't think they changed much, so this has been this beautiful even before. My goodness, that is breathtaking. Those waterfalls on the right. I think this might be our thumbnail right here. We'll see. Alright, I think that's a good enough test for this truck. Oh, I like that one. I like the sounds on this 389. A check on my book. So far only the Volvo VNL is really bad in my point of view. The others are really good. Do we have only one truck left? We'll see. Catch you guys in a bit. And for the finale, the Kenworth T680. I really have high hopes for this, because this truck had the best sounds even in the beginning of the beta. I'm hoping it's the same or even better than before. I hope even better. Anyway, let's see. Now the ambient sounds probably will not help much. I do like how the ambient sounds are like though in this pickup point. It sounds very realistic. Let's hear the engine. Oh, that is very crisp. That is not bad at all. Alright, let's hear it. Oh, and let me show you the diagnostics. 455 horsepower, Eaton Fuller 13 speed, but we are using an automatic transmission just so I take my shifting out of the equation. Also, even the air gear sounds, air shifting sounds are pretty spot on. Well, I guess normally you shouldn't hear them, but since they're there already, at least they don't cut off. Oh, that one, there was a bit of cut off. What is that? There's some like, I don't know if those are tire sounds or turbo whine, that sounds very different. What is that? Sudden jumping sound. Strange. We'll have to hear that when we get on the highway, or when we get faster at the very least. But the sounds themselves, the files, sound very crisp. I've heard some comments that don't like them because they are not as bassy as they would expect. Some people like it bassier, and this is a bit more trebly, I guess. Oh, I love that one. Not sure if that's realistic, but I like how different it is. So for a guy like me, who's not really familiar with how a real T680 sounds like, I'm liking this one. That is lovely. That one is weird. It cuts off the peak. That one weird. Strange. Let's double check my audio settings are not doing anything bad. Yeah, everything is in the middle except the music volume. Oh, and let me show you anyway for the full thing. So everything is in the middle, and at the bottom here everything is ticked except the reverb effect of the cabin. I hear the turbo whine, that's nice. And this is with windows closed. You can hear the turbo whine even from here. Yeah, I think the weirdest part for me is sometimes the engine sound gets cut off as it shifts. Like when you reach the peak, like around 1500 RPMs, and the transmission decides to shift up, there is like a millisecond where the engine just goes to zero. The engine sound just goes to zero. It's like, what the? But other than that, it's great. The Jake brake is lovely. The sounds are very crisp. Not as bassy as I would prefer, but I think very high quality. No muffling at all. So you can tell how high quality their recording is. The recording equipment is. So I think in terms of the files, the recordings are done very well. They just need to mix them and refine them even better. You can hear the wind sounds as well here. Oh, I love that. Alright, let's stop over here. I think that's a good enough test. I think we've gone through all the trucks. I hope I didn't miss anything. So we'll stop here, listen to some more traffic sounds, but yeah, that's going to be the end for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I was able to go through all the trucks. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I really wanted to test how vanilla sounds are like now with 1.37 publicly, officially released. And I must say, I'm happy with the sounds overall. Like, they're not perfect, and they can be improved, but that's going to be an ongoing thing. But as it is right now, I would gladly play vanilla. I would gladly play like in MP and not have any sound mods, and it wouldn't be like the end of the world. It wouldn't be a game breaker. but definitely the sound mods that we have currently from Krishboom, Z-Mod, Rabbinicus, they are certainly much better in my opinion. So if I get a chance to play with mods, I will still be using them. But even if I don't, I will not be that salty about it. So good job SES, thank you. And for those who want to get a list of features that come with 1.37, because it's not only these sounds, but these are the major thing, I will post a link of their blog in the video description. Right? Let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you found this useful. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite so far. And let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the points. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, comment, share, all that stuff. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm happy that 1.37 is released for ATS. ATS 2 still in beta, but that is the next step. And for that one, I think there is a lot of progress that needs to be done first. But anyway, that's a different story. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Clumsy trucking everybody. Bye-bye.